oblique and transverse abdominis. This muscle we need to activate. While we are sitting, we learn. Unfortunately, all of you had breakfast. Sweets also? All of you had the sweet also?
Yes.
What sweet was that?
Ashoka alva.
Nalla.
Ashoka alva.
Oh. எவ்வளோ கேலரி இருக்கும் சார் இந்த மாதிரிலாம் சொல்ல மனசு ஒடிஞ்சு போய் இப்போதான் நான் ஓடிட்டு வந்தேன் ஐ ran just now you know why are you asking all these questions I'm entitled to have a sweet that how much small spoon they give that's all yeah, but that actually like a bomb what was possible from the idli and the vada and the sambar and the chutney that alone can give you that's the finest thing okay so we have a Swiss ball like we will demonstrate some of them for you so that you can learn these exercises and use them. Next slide, please. So what are the properties of the core? Efficient acceleration. Everyone wants to run faster. 5 hours, sir. How can I make it to 2 hours and 10 minutes? That's a world-class running. How will I cut down to this? We want efficiency again. So that efficient acceleration, efficient deceleration, and dynamic stabilization. All this comes from the core group of muscles. Okay? And that means we have to activate. Shall we activate that core as a first exercise? Sit back, away from your backrest. Stabilize yourself. Inhale. Exhale. Lightly pull your navel, your umbilicus back to the spine. This is T activation. If you are coughing, you cough, no? That muscle only activates. Okay? That muscle to be activated is vital. And consciously activating them is essential. Later it goes on its own. But since you are not doing it, slowly they ask me a question. Sir, முன்னாடி ஒரு property வாங்கின மாதிரி இருக்கே. What a property in the front. Is there any exercise to reduce it? Sir, property part cannot be reduced so fast inside. Outside it is possible. So, proximal stability, distal mobility. Proximal stability, distal mobility. If this is not stable, you cannot move forward. Say, if this is not stable, for every movement it will go this way. Or you are turning this way. Sir, நான் ஓடுறேன் இப்படியே போகிறேன் சார் ஒன்றும் அப்படின்ட்டு நான் இப்படி போகிறேன் efficiency is not there. I'm going all over but not forward. Okay? So that requires an optimal stabilization for mobilization. Next slide, please. Everyone wants to do weight training. Appa. At last, they have started weight training. Pannalame. Women, nichayama pannalam. Please ensure women should not get an idea that you shouldn't do weight training. Take it out of your head. If you can do weight training, it is ideal. The reason, you can develop strength quickly. And the largest muscles that we are using are the quadriceps, hamstring, bottom. இதுக்கு என்ன exercise? Your squats. சார் இதான் தோப்பு கட்டம் போட்டுக்கினே இருக்காங்க சார் முந்தையெல்லாம் போட்டோம் இப்போ அதெல்லாம் நிறுத்தியாச்சு. So that's the only problem. Need analysis. For whom are we giving exercise? And what is the requirement? That is the need analysis. Choice. Which exercise comes first? Which exercise comes next? Normally, everyone wants to do the biceps. Okay, this is not required. Brain does not think as individual muscles. Brain thinks as a pattern of movement. Suppose you are throwing a ball or serving. It's a continuous movement pattern. So it cannot think as single individuals. It takes it as a movement, complete movement. So doing exercise, a single joint, is supposed to be not so, I would say, useful for your enhancement of performance. It is making you appear fit, but need not be fit. Person will appear fit, but need not be fit. What muscles, man. But ask them to run, they may not be able to run. Ask them to throw, they will throw the ball less than what you can throw. So you're like, what, sir? Muscles are so big. Size of the muscle has nothing to do with the efficiency and performance. Keep that in mind. And the more you see a 6-pack on the abdomen, doesn't mean that they are very, very strong. In fact, they are more prone for back pain. They have developed the wrong group. There are power exercise, multi-joint exercise, single joint exercise. I explain. When more than 2 joints are involved, it is multi-joint. Like squats, 1, 2, more than a single joint, sorry. More than 1 joint is involved, it's a multi-joint exercise. Push-ups is a multi-joint exercise. Whereas biceps curl, triceps curl becomes a single joint. Even your knee extension, it's a single joint exercise. So start with the multi-joint, then go to the single joint exercise. What is a power exercise? If the multi-joint exercise is done in an explosive manner, then it becomes power exercise. Do not try power exercise until unless you build your strength and then go to power. Don't go to power until unless you work for 6 months to 1 year. It requires that much time. What, sir, that guy is doing so much, I can't do. You can't do. If you do, you will see me. You are happy about it, I am happy about it. I am trying to see how to avoid meeting me, how to avoid consultation from Spark. Okay? That's possible if you are very much comfortable, I am comfortable. Then core exercise. So after these 3 only, you go for core exercise. Don't start with core exercise. Why? Next question is, when you are fresh, you use the large muscle groups first. You can do more work. Then come to the assistance. Then come to the core. So do not use the core as the first exercise. Like before going for a run, you don't do core exercise. But you can definitely do the multi-joint exercise. They can make sure the run is efficient. How frequently should I strength train? Weight train. How frequent? Don't have to do every day. If you are doing weights, using equipment or load of a dumbbell or a barbell with weights, free weights, you need to repeat it twice or thrice, maximum. You don't have to repeat more than that in a week. If you are a serious marathon runner or a 10K runner, you can do it twice a week. Even that is sufficient. Provided you know which are the muscle groups, what are the exercises required. We'll demonstrate those exercises today. So when you go out, I know the exercise. Okay, that kind of attitude. Load. How much load to use? You can use your own body weight. There are youngsters who are not yet completed their growth. So people are worried to put them through weight training. They are worried that if you do weight training, they'll become stunted in growth. My son should not go to the gym. If he goes at 13, then he'll become short. They are carrying their books, which is around 5 kg to 10 kg to the school every day. Doing weight training, no. They are doing weight training for the kindergarten days. And they should have been short only sitting at that height. All of us have been carrying that. Anyway, the load has to be either body weight or you are able to do 10 repetitions, 3 sets. That approximately is ideal weight to use. The repetitions, do 10 repetitions to 15 repetitions, which goes in the endurance mode. Not on a strengthening mode alone, also improves the endurance because repetitively you want to use the muscle, doesn't get tired by doing it again and again, so you want to do a muscular endurance. There are 2 types of endurance. Cardiovascular endurance refers to how the heart pumps, pushes the blood and gets oxygen supply continuously to the muscle using type 1. Whereas the strength training uses type 2. You cannot strength train type 1. It is not possible. The minute you carry a weight or use your own body weight for any kind of exercise, you are literally using your type 2. Body does not discriminate between type 1 and type 2. Father and mother don't discriminate between the first child and the second child. They have everything equal. But in our mind, we think we are using more of this and less of that. That is all. Okay? How many repetitions are sets? 3 to 4 sets. 5 sets can be done. How much recovery? 1:1. Suppose the time taken for doing 10 repetitions, say around 15 seconds. You can give a 15 to 30 seconds, 1:1 or 1:2 and start again. You understand? Because this is not going to be a power exercise where you are tired. This is an endurance, so you'll be able to do repetitions, 15 repetitions or maximum 1 minute, start the repetitions again. Okay, the recovery between the sets. Progression. Lot of people, the day I saw a patient, sir, I'm doing triceps curl. How much? 50 kg. 1-5? No. 50. 50 you are doing like this. I said, whom am I going to lift like this by 50 kg? He's doing a 50 kg dumbbell. I said, how much was your previous? 25. 25 to 50 you jump is 100% jump. You can increase 5 to 10% in the upper body, 10 to 20% in the lower body. Suppose I am using 100 kg, I can go 105 to 110 for the upper. For the lower, 110 to 120. You cannot escalate more than that. You understand? Second,